What is heat rigor? Heat rigor is a combination of rapid glycolysis and slow cooling leads to high rigor temperature up to 50 degrees Celsius known as heat shortening. It can cause toughening. The objective is to investigate the effect of heat rigor process on fresh chicken carcass and to determine the optimum temperature for the chicken carcass to obtain the total heat rigor temperature. Firstly, the chicken breasts were sliced for each left and right pectoralis. Next, the chicken breast was measured for each left and right pectoralis at vertical and horizontal of the breast muscle. After that, the chicken breast was weighed for each left and right pectoralis at vertical and horizontal of the breast muscle. The control sample must be set up for 16 degrees Celsius using thermometer. For pH determination, the sample was weighed about 2 grams. Then, the sample was minced. Next, the pH meter was rinsed using distilled water to remove any traces. For water holding capacity, the sample was weighed about 3 grams, and then Whatman paper number 1 was prepared and the sample was placed in between Whatman paper. Next, Whatman paper was covered with aluminum foil. Then, the sample was pressed with 2.5 kilogram load while the timer was set for 2 minutes. After that, the pressed sample was weighed and the water holding capacity was calculated. The tenderness of pectoralis using Warner-Brasler shear force was determined. The sample 1 with 1 cm thick 3 cm length parallel to the myofiber was cut. Then, the sample perpendicular was sheared to muscle fiber orientation. The peak of shear force in Newton was recorded. After that, the oven drying was set until it achieved at temperature 50 degrees Celsius. Next, the sample was placed in oven until 3 hours. Then, the determination of weight loss, pH, water holding capacity and shear force was repeated again. This is the result for weight loss, pH, water holding capacity and shear force. For water loss in heat rigor as the carcass was drying in the oven, the moisture content of muscle is decreased. This is due to the water holding capacity that is unable to hold water in the muscle, causing the decrease of carcass weight. For water holding capacity, after 3 hours of drying, the protein is denatured because of the rapid cross-bridge by the high temperature used in oven drying. Higher temperature caused the decline in muscle pH drastically, due to the lactic acid accumulation. Hence, it contributes to the denaturation of protein, which is the key factor in the development of the typical meat quality conditions. Denatured protein lead to a lack of ability to hold water, which is water holding capacity. For pH, after death, pyruvate from glycolysis is converted into lactic acid. Without bloodstream, lactic acid cannot be removed. This lactic acid accumulates in the muscle. That is why pH drops to the 5.52. The pH for sample at 50 degrees Celsius was lower. This is because the combination of rapid glycolysis and slow cooling leads to high rigor temperatures. For shear force, toughness of control was higher than sample at 50 degrees Celsius. This is because at high temperature, it can cause toughening of the meat that due to the inactivation of proteolytic enzymes. So, the conclusion is the heat rigor has been affected the quality of the chicken breast in terms of weight loss, pH, water holding capacity and shear force. Heat rigor happened at the optimum temperature 50 degrees Celsius for the chicken carcass to obtain the total heat rigor temperature. So, this is the quality solution to prevent heat rigor from occurring. Methods of tenderizing meat that can be used includes application of enzymes, electrical stimulation and mechanical tenderization. That's all, thanks you.